We can go ahead. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead on and get started. First, I would like to thank everybody for attending our very first new agents night. You guys have came on the Sunday, so y'all should be proud of yourself. And I tell you, one thing about being a new agent is we have to be able to make time to get the knowledge that we need on our business. So you guys took that very first step in doing so. So congratulate yourself for doing just that. My name is Dion Sanford, and I am a real estate coach and mentor. I am with eXp Realty, and I've been in the business since 2006. And I have dedicated myself to mentoring agents for years now. And now that you guys are on here, I'm going to share some of my tips that I give to the agents that I work with all the time on being a new agent and how to maneuver and navigate through the hard times that new agents deal with. So Terry, I'm going to go ahead on and let me introduce you guys to my facilitator today, Miss Terry Marie Gleaton. Terry, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, you guys. I'm Terry Marie Gleaton. I am a realtor in the metropolitan Atlanta area. I've been licensed since 2004. I own a property management company, a full service residential company, and I coach several hundred agents across the nation, along with my partner, Dion. So I am elated that you are here tonight. And you're in for a treat. Dion is one of the most dynamic coaches I have ever seen in the industry. So I know that she's going to pour great things into you. Many of my personal mentees work directly with Dion. So I really, really advocate for this platform. And I just thank you, Dion, for taking time out of your schedule. I know you're a mom, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a sister, you're an auntie, a grandchild, you're all of these things, but yet you make time because this is so important to have a platform like this for new agents. So I thank you, and you guys strap in. You're in for a treat tonight.
All right. So thank you so much, Terry. And again, we're going to go ahead on and get started, guys. So we want to make sure that we utilize the hour that we have in place to make sure that you guys are getting as much information as you need. So I'm going to go ahead on and share my screen with you. And we'll get started. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Not yet, Dion.
Okay.
Sometimes we have technical troubles and we keep on rocking and rolling. I can't wait to get started. As I said, you guys are in for a treat. Dion has so many dynamic tips, and I am a seasoned agent and I still use these tips.
All right, how about now?
We in there, Dion, we in there.
Okay, so guys, we're going to talk today, of course, and Terry, I won't see anything in the chat, so you got it on that end. So we're going to talk today about problem statement. Our problem statement is going to be why do most real estate agents fail in the business? So we have a problem statement, which basically describes a problem. And so a lot of you guys are on here on the call today because you being new agents, you deal with struggles and problems in your business. So we want to kind of talk about that and go through how we can maneuver through some of those issues. Next. All right, so do you want to switch? All right, so of course you guys already met my co-host, and she's going to be, of course, our facilitator, and her goal is to make sure that we keep some clarity and chaos and keep everything rolling as smooth as possible through this process. So if you guys have any questions, you're going to drop it into the chat. And Terry is going to let me know the question you may have, and we're going to try to answer those questions. We want to make sure if there's something that you have right on the spot, you can raise your hand, and we'll make sure that we get those questions. But go ahead and try to drop that question into the chat, and Terry's going to let me know, because right now I can't see anything, y'all. I can't see you guys, can't see anything. So Terry is my eyes, and she's going to let me know everything. Okay. So we're going to get started now. we're going to do a check-in. I want to know how you guys are feeling right now. So if you've been in Zoom before, you know we had a little emojis everywhere. I want you to drop in the chat some emojis describing how you feel right now at this moment. Go ahead on and drop those emojis in there. And Terry, you gotta let me know what type of emojis we have dropping in there. I want to know. We want to know how you guys are feeling.
Yeah, and I dropped the first one, but I don't know how to do emojis, so I did a sideward smile because I'm happy today. I'm thankful.
Okay.
I see some happy faces out there. And this is your time for a true check-in on where your business is and where you're feeling. Some folks are cool. Some folks are okay. Some people are shy, looks like. Somebody said, I don't know. Somebody got to pull through. That's okay. That's okay. Be honest here. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Everybody hasn't dropped an emoji, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
But hey, we got us a lover. We got us somebody to love it. Okay.
They may be trying to find it. Like, where is this emoji? I'm new to Zoom. Where do I find that? And that's okay, guys. And we wanted to try to check in, see where your mindset is. And of course, in this business, biggest thing we have to go through is dealing with our mindset. So not all the time we're going to be happy. Not all the time we're going to be sad. Not all the time everything's going to be going as smooth as we want to. But we also have to understand that part of our business is we got to be able to maneuver through those feelings, right? And so to get us started, we're going to do an icebreaker. And the icebreaker, and I want you guys to understand, as being a new agent, some of the things we have to do is if you're uncomfortable with speaking or if you're uncomfortable with saying anything, that's part of getting out of that fear of being able to, to talk to people. And we want to do that. Feel like this is a safe place. A place that you can relax, and we're amongst family, friends. You guys may not know each other, but I'm telling you, as real estate professionals, it's like a family. We have a family culture, and we want to be able to check in and make sure each other's okay. So again, we're going to be talking about what's the most important, challenging things that you've done in your real estate business. So we have these icebreaker questions, and I want some of you guys to respond to these questions for me. So number one, what do you like about being a real estate agent? I want you guys to drop that in the chat for me. What do you like about being a real estate agent? Number two, what's your morning routine? It's very important that we have a morning routine when we're talking about real estate. We're going to talk about that some more, but tell me, what's your morning routine like? Number three,
drop it in the chat.
Drop it in the chat. And I want you guys to understand you want to interact with sessions like this, because again, it's going to get you out of your comfort zone. So I know everybody's not turning on their cameras, but you can make them fingers work, right? You can make them fingers work and talk to us, because you're going to see how we're going to roll this together and why this is important that we do things like this. So number three, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Tell me, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So we're getting a few questions answered so far, Dion. I know you still have a couple more questions to go, but we see some of the things that people like about being an agent is being the solution to people's problems, being a resource to a new home buyer, having the ability to serve others, helping people to become home buyers and or investors. So those are some of the question answers so far for the first question. I'll let you get finished with all of them, and then I'll start reading off a few others.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Number four, what's a random act of kindness that you did to a stranger? And number five, what was the last thing that made you smile? So we have 5 icebreaker questions. And I want you guys to think about it. Go ahead on and answer, at least answer one. Each person should be answering one of these questions. And that's going to give us a feel. Mm-hmm.
And on the second answer for what's your morning routine, I see some are saying their morning routine is meditate, affirmations, prayer, exercise, prayer, journaling, working out. So just good stuff going on. But we have us a superstar that answered all of them at one time.
Who was that superstar, Terry?
She said connecting with people and helping, working out, checking on my business, top producing realtor and helping others grow their business. Yes, yes, in 5 years. Nicole, I see that already, girl. I see that already.
I'm telling you, the fact that she answered all 5 questions, I know that you're in the right place. And I promise you, you will be where you want to be within these next 5 years. So that is so awesome. Thank you so much for answering all these questions. So this was just our icebreaker, guys. And I just wanted to feel you guys out and find out where you are, kind of what you're doing, what you're thinking about your goals going to be. And these are things that you need to think about when you're talking about being a new agent, right? You want to make sure that you are thinking about those things. So we're going to go to it's our brainstorming time, and we're going to kind of talk through some of these things together. So just be ready, guys. Now, again, our problem statement was, why do most real estate agents fail? So I want you guys to drop in the chat. What do you think? What do you think the reason why most real estate agents fail in the real estate business? If you can drop that in the chat for me.
And this is a safe zone, okay? I want to make sure that you guys know that me and Dion, there's no judgment here. Just really what's on your heart, what's in your mind as to why you feel this way. And Dion, I'll share some of those answers. No guidance, no motivation, lack of consistency, consistency in marketing, lack of consistency and unmotivated, lack of money to gain access to trainings, lack of planning systems, lack of consistency. So a lot of that consistency thing.
Right. And that is actually true. So I did a little research, and I'm going to tell you what my research came up to. And I used two sites that I did the research on. And so the problem was, again, why do most real estate agents fail? And from my research, most of the stuff that came up, it was they don't work hard enough in their business. Also, they don't save enough money to live. They don't know how to lead generate, and they don't understand how and where to market themselves. And then the biggest thing was the not following up, right? And so this was just based on 2 sites where I did my research on. And then I also dropped in here my experience. When I get new agents and they come to me all the time, these are just a few things. This is not all, this is just a few things. Didn't understand how hard the business is, right? So we get into this real estate thing and we're so excited and we think, oh man, this is so easy. It's so easy. I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna slam dunk it and I'm gonna be good to go, right? And so then reality hit us and we're like, wait a minute, I'm not getting all the business I thought I was going to get. What happened? All of my friends and families are not sending buyers or sending sellers to me. What happened? Wait a minute, I actually got to work. I got to call. I got to follow up with people. I got to reach out. I got to prospect. I got to do things. Wait a minute. This was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Right. And so that's one of the biggest challenges that I see with new agents. And then the lack of knowledge and understanding what to do. So when you go to school and you go in, and it's only 6 weeks now, I think, that you take your real estate course. When you get out of school, you learn a lot of information, right? But it's totally different when you get out and you get hands-on. So a lot of stuff that they don't actually show you. So the lack of knowledge, it hurts because agents don't know, number one, simple thing like a super lockbox key. How do I access the properties? What am I doing, right? What are the contracts? What do the contracts say? Oh, okay. So what negotiation is? What does the buyer brokerage agreement means? Those are things that, as a real estate agent, before you even jumpstart getting out there, you need to understand those things, and they are very important to your business. So you have to make sure when you get that real estate license and you decide to sign up with the company, instead of letting them interview you, you interview them. It's important that you understand that where you're going, you have to be able to learn and know what you're doing in order to be successful in this business. All right. And then treating your business like a business. This is if you're trying to be a CEO of your company, you have to treat your business like a business. If you go and work for somebody else from 9 to 5 every day, you clock in, you work and maybe get an hour lunch break, maybe in some cases, right? Get an hour lunch break, and you put all your time and dedication into that business, you have to do the same for your own business. So if you're working full time, you need to get up in the morning with a routine. You need to start your day like you were going to a business, and you need to end your day the same way. So it's very important that you understand this is a true business. So you can't slack when it comes. If you was on somebody's job and you were slacking, then they may write you up or fire you, right? It's the same concept when you're working your own business. You want to be successful. If somebody else is working for you, then you have to be able to show them that I'm willing to do the work just as well as what you want them to do for you, right? So it's very important that you treat your business like a business, and then prospecting and following up. And I think Terry said that some of you guys, the prospecting and following up is very key. So once you get out there, you understand what your business is, then you got to make sure that you're prospecting and following up. And those are just a few things that I jotted down from what a lot of agents, as new agents, come over to me and they say, okay, well, I'm having issues moving my business. And I just put these down because I think that these are very important for you to even consider when we're talking about being a new agent and things that's going to be important with your business. Okay. Uh-oh. Sorry, I skipped past some stuff. A lot of stuff. All right. So how do we avoid these problems? And this is what you guys came for. All right. So number one, I want to start with this one. I want you to understand you need to know what your goals are in your business, right? It's very important that you know what your goals are. If you have not wrote down a business plan or started a business plan, you need to do so. It's very important that you do that when you're talking about knowing how do you know what you're going to reach or what you're trying to reach and how to reach it if you don't write it down. You need to put these things in order. You need to know what your goals are. You need to know what are you going to do to get to your goals. This is very important. You need to know how much money that you're trying to make. How much money I want to make this year. Is this going to be part-time for me or is it going to be full-time for me? Everybody's goal in real estate is different. Everybody came into the business for different reasons. So you got to understand what your goal is. What is this business going to do for your business? I mean, for your life. What do you want it to do, right? And then I want you to think about what is your why? Why am I doing this? Why did I decide to go into real estate? Is it for money? Is it because I have a passion for real estate? Is it because I just need something to do on the side? What is your reason for being in real estate? And I want you to think about that really hard because your why should be the reason why your business is successful. You want to? Yes.
I just want to piggyback on how important the why is.
Mhm.
When Dion and I are coaching agents, we really want you to understand this is a place, because a lot of you said you want to help other people, you like being a resource to others, but in this space, in your business plan, your why, it's time to actually be selfish and think about yourself. And if you don't do this, what will happen if you don't have a why in this business and you get hit with all of these roadblocks that we've been talking about? It gets hard, people aren't calling you back. If you don't understand your why, this business will kick you in the face and you will quit if you don't understand your why. So that's one of the most important reasons to have a why, because you're going to have hard times in real estate. But when you understand your why, your purpose, your God-given talents, why are you in this space? Nothing can stop you because you have a need that's greater. You know, it's not just a want. It is your absolute why you do what you do.
Exactly. And so I want to stop there and pause real quick and say, hey guys, drop in the chat for us. What is your why? Why are you in real estate right now? I want you guys to drop that in the chat. And if you don't know what your why is, I want you to think about that because it's very important that you have a why. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to drop it in the chat. And Terry, tell me what you got so far.
So far, I have to be financially free and stable. And that is so very important because when I hear people say, I want money, well, you know, you can get money from anywhere, but having true freedom, because see, a lot of times people think money will bring you happiness. Money brings you freedom. And with that freedom, you can create the memories that you want and live life on your terms. So far, Dion, that's the only answer. So you guys don't be shy. Again, this platform is for you, for new agents to really understand your business, getting your goals out there. So drop your why in the chat. So far, that's our only why. And then we have to be wealthy. I love this, to be wealthy and create a legacy for my children. I am real estate financially and time having control of my schedule. Okay, I'm in real estate financially.
Okay. And
Okay.
having control. So the one thing is, and I'm so sorry. Some I'm getting text about the Zoom. I was supposed to go live, y'all, on YouTube, and didn't work out like I wanted to, or Facebook. So the one thing that, okay, so let's start here. The one thing that I want you guys to think about when we're talking about a financial solution, when you're talking about real estate, man, I will say for myself, real estate is one of the main businesses that you can get into and really change the life of yourself and your family. So when we're talking about changing our whole life dynamic, what our families work so hard, our parents work so hard to get us here, we have an opportunity to take our family and their legacy to a whole nother level. So I want you to think about that. I have never seen or even been in a position that I can make as much money that I can make in real estate on my own. And I'm in control over my situation. I'm in control how that works for me. And so being that you already did the necessary steps to get in the business, you got your license now you got to be dedicated to your business. The dedication starts with you. I can't, Terry can, or whoever your coach, whoever your mentor, whoever, whatever company with, nobody can help you grow your business or have that desire to be successful in business. It has to start with you. So I want you to make sure that you have that dedication within you. You have that faith within you that you can be successful in this business. Because if you don't feel like you can, then why do you expect anybody else to put that trust into you? You have to feel it yourself. It has to start there. Okay. All right. So the next thing is, how are you going to accomplish these goals? How many of you on here? First of all, I want to know. Let me drop in the chat. How long you been in real estate? Let me see who I'm talking to. Has it been 2 months, 3 months, a year? I mean, tell me how long you've been in real estate.
We've got 8 months. We've got 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We have 1 month, 4 months, another 4 months. So we've got some newbies here, and that's good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, cool.
11 months. Yes.
Okay, I see who we talking to. So how many of you guys have already started by writing out a goal? I want to know, has anybody done a goal yet? Because a lot of times we get into real estate, nobody tell us that this is important to achieve what we're trying to achieve. We gotta have a goal, and we gotta know how we're gonna accomplish this goal. So have you guys thought about that yet? How are you going to accomplish the goals that you have set for yourself?
Dion, one of the new agents that's just been licensed a month, she said, me, I love setting goals. So that's cool. That's pretty cool.
So somebody has started off the right way. Absolutely. We got to make sure that we are setting these goals. So how are you going to accomplish your goals? Okay. So if you haven't thought about it, you got to think about ways to accomplish goals. And that starts with your circle of influence. I know you guys, and a lot of this stuff is probably not going to be new to you guys, because I know people tell it, but it's you sometimes you got to hear it from 2 and 3 different people in order for it to sink in. But your sphere of influence is going to be where you're going to start reaching out, letting people know what you do. Hey, I got my real estate license. Do you know anybody? Who can I help? Can I assist you? You know, those are the things you need to be, you start there. But I will tell you guys, even with starting with your sphere of influence, it's not going to get you where you want to be. You got to decide that you're going to have to go outside of that in order to get the business how you want to. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. The next thing is setting up your systems in place. Have your systems in place. Now, can anybody tell me why having a system in place is very important for your business? So you got your real estate license, you done talk to some people, you got a couple of people who want to utilize you as a real estate agent. So why is having a system in place important for your business?
We don't have an answer for that yet, but I do want to share with you a couple of the other answers for the previous question, Dion.
Okay.
And again, we're in a safe place. So we have someone that said, I set goals, but I struggle with procrastination and doubt. Yeah. So I wanted to just share that, because that's a real challenge with new agents. Because like Dion said, all of a sudden now you're the CEO of a company. You used to clock in and do what was on your job requirements and what the boss said, but now you are the boss. And so a lot of people struggle in that space. And that can be, procrastination can be the death of your business if you're not careful. So just wanted to share that one, Dion. And as it relates to the systems, they allow you to stay on track. Systems keep you on track so things can flow, accountability and follow up, proven steps to success.
Okay. And I just want to go back to what you said about the procrastination. Listen, you are not alone. You got to think about it like this. When you are coming from a corporate business, if you haven't been working for yourself, then it's very hard, because when you, a lot of times when you go to work, you had set things that you have to do, right? So people tell you, this is what you have to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you go in and do the things that they told you. But sometimes when you're working for yourself, you have to tell yourself what to do. You have to tell yourself that it's important for you to work your business. So having procrastination, that happens to a lot of agents. So don't feel bad about that. But that's why it's very important that you have your systems in place. Because if you set up time blocking and tell yourself, these are the things that I have to do daily, then that's going to help you to stop procrastinating. But you have to stick to that time blocking. But it's going to be very important that you do that and implement those things in your business in order for you to be successful. Because I will tell you, when you're working from home, a lot of times you get up with the intention of doing it, right? But then what are you doing? You cleaning clothes, you washing dishes, you ironing, whatever it is you have to do. And before you know it, half of your day is gone because you didn't focus on household duties. So sometimes you have to say, okay, you know what, from 8 to 9, maybe I'm going to do, maybe you'll do some cleaning or whatever it may be. Maybe you decide that you're going to pray, meditate, whatever your routine schedule is. But from 9 to 12, you're focused on your business. That means that, no, I'm not going to talk to auntie. No, I'm not going to talk to your mom. I can't talk to you unless it's important, right? Kids, I can't do it right now unless it's important, because I have to focus on my business. And so that's the most important thing when we're talking about being procrastinating and not getting things done, because we let other things come in place that we decide to, okay, I'm gonna do these things. Oh, I'm gonna push it back later. I'm not gonna do it right now. I got time to work on my real estate business. And before you know it, you've been in real estate for 3 months and you ain't got one deal. So yeah, I mean, it happens. And believe it or not, I feel like having these talking to new agents is important. And one of the reasons is because I know agents that's been in the business for years, and they may say, oh, I haven't been in the business since 2000. How many deals have you closed? Well, I might close 1 or 2 deals a year. Then are they really a long-term agent, right? So it's questions you got to ask, right? Do you really know the business? Because at this point, yeah, I've been in the business, I had my license, but do I know what I'm doing? That's just reality, right? So we got to make sure that we understand, and we understand what this business is, and we got to set ourselves up front and not wait till these years and this time pass by and you're still saying, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't understand this business, right? So being a new agent, being on this call, we just giving you some tips so that you have a place to start. And when I say building systems, let's talk about systems, right? The CRM that you use. The CRM is very important when we're talking about your business, because when you start talking to people and let people know who you are and what you're going to do and be able to system, you want to be able to put them into a system that you can follow up, a system that allow you to email, text, maybe call, right? To put notations in there, to be able to follow up with them, to drop email campaigns out to them. This is very important, because a lot of times we do not, as agents, we don't have time to do that. When you start getting busy, you'll see you can have 3 clients and they can literally take up your whole week. Before you know it, you be like, wait a minute, I ain't did nothing this whole week but work with these 3 clients. So how are you going to work with more people if you don't have enough time? These 3 people then drained all your energy because you done did everything for them. You got to have systems in place. You got to be able to automatically send properties out to people. You got to be able to follow up automatically. This is very important. Tracking to keep yourself on track. When you have a system in place, when you get up in the morning, the first thing you should do is check in on that system and say, okay, this is my follow-up. Oh, I got to call Ted today. I got to call Tom at 3. Oh, I got an appointment at 3. So you know how your schedule is mapped out. So you go in and you follow through. And if you stayed on track with that system, then you will start to be successful in your business. One of the biggest things with agents is we don't follow up. We go out there and get the business, and the lack of following up is next thing you know, oh yeah, I talked to Sarah last week. She was going to sell the house. I was supposed to have an appointment with her on Monday, but I forgot, but I'll call her on Tuesday. On Tuesday, Sarah had already listed with somebody else.
She listed with me, Dion.
Right. But that you will see that this happens on a regular basis. So you do not have time to procrastinate in this business. If you're trying to really be, like you said, top producing agent, you're trying to have that income to come in that you want to grow and turn your family into, the generational wealth. Those are things that you got to think about. And that goes back to the why, Terry, like we were talking about that why, and everybody that's on here, it goes back to that. Why are you doing what you're doing? All right. So then we want to stop being a secret agent. Why is that so important? How many of you on this phone call now is haven't told anybody that you're in real estate yet? Haven't posted out there to the world, hey, I'm a real estate agent, or haven't shared it with your friends that you're a realtor? And be honest, right? I want you guys to be honest. Because the biggest reasons I go on to agents' page and say, oh yeah, I'm a real estate agent. I go and look them up. I don't see nothing about real estate. How do I know you're a real estate agent? Why are you not sharing with other people that you are a real estate agent? This is your profession. You should be telling people what you do. So if you are not out there sharing with the world what you do, whoever you're coming in contact with, hey, I'm a real estate agent. Hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? Oh, do you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell real estate? Here's my card. That's a whole conversation in the grocery store, right? Oh, you got some peppers. Oh, those are nice peppers. Yeah, those peppers look good. Yeah. Hey, by the way, do you mind if I give you my business card? I'm in real estate and I'm looking to help families to help families who want to be, to get their house or whatever it may be. You got to make sure that you're ready and prepared. You got to set yourself up. And if you guys are not ready to be in front and speaking to people, then what I want you to do, I want you to practice every single day in front of the mirror. Talk to yourself. Speak to yourself as if you were speaking to somebody else. Self, I want to buy a house from you, right? So talk to yourself. You ain't no feel shame in front of yourself, right? And then start using family members. Hey, mom, dad, you want to talk to me on the phone? Okay, great. We're going to talk about real estate. I need to grow my business. I need to be more professional in my business. So I want to use you as that person that's going to help me grow. If you got to talk on the phone for 2 hours, why not talk and help with somebody that's going to help you grow your business?
Dion, I used to talk to my dog. I used to tell my dog, look, we gonna do this, okay? Now I need you to sit there and listen to mommy. And I really did. I used to talk to my kids when they were little, practice, it's just kind of amazing that once you start having the lingo, it doesn't matter who's listening. It's all about you practicing, getting it in your system and saying it over and over and getting comfortable with those words coming out of your mouth. You have power, and there are power in your words. And if you can convey out of your mouth that you are a real estate professional and you are here to help provide solutions for others, you're going to eventually believe it. And if you start believing in you, everybody else will follow.
Absolutely. That's almost a no-brainer, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. So when I first came here, and you may even think I'm still country now, but when I came from Alabama, I was real country.
You are.
No, but I was real country. So when I was speaking to people, I would be embarrassed because I would say things wrong, but that's how I grew up saying them. I would say, like, I used to say shrimp you know, and I was like, okay, people will be looking at me crazy. That is not the proper way to say that. And so I started, when I went on interviews for jobs, I was embarrassed because I knew I wasn't speaking the right. And I know I lost some jobs that way. Y'all ain't even gonna lie. When I first started, I was still young, and I know I lost some jobs, but I decided that I was gonna better myself. And so I started practicing speaking better. And I'm still country, yes, but you know, I know how to roll with them. I don't care how much money you make. I'm going to talk my talk to you, right? Because at the end of the day, we all are the same. We're people, and everybody had to start somewhere. You never know a person's story, how they got to where they got. It's not always easy. Everybody is now hadn't always was an heir to the throne, right? People have to work for what they want in life, and you have to decide that this is going to be, if this is what it is, because everybody, real estate is not for everybody. Let's just say that. You may come into the business and you may find out real quick this not for you. You got to have patience in this business. You got it, whether you're a people person or not, you got to decide you're gonna be a people person, right? You're gonna have all personalities coming at you. You got to be able to be the one who keeps the whole deal together sometimes. You got to keep couples from fighting. You got to be that therapist between the two. These are things that you will deal with in this real estate business, and it will quickly help you decide if this business is right for you. And when agents tell me that, hey, I don't think this business is for me, then I understand. I understand, because it's not for the weak, it's for the strong. This is not an easy business. Like we talked about before, people got into the business thinking it was easy. Oh, you only have to go to school for 6 weeks. So it can't be hard. 6 weeks. That was the worst 6 weeks I ever had. I was stressed out. I was stressed out. Like, what? Oh my God, please, people ain't passing this test. Please don't let me have to take this test more than one time. So I understand, but you guys made it. You made it. So don't let simple things cause you, and I'm gonna say simple things, even the people around you, because people can make you feel like you don't know what you're doing, and they can make you want to back out of the business, but don't do it. Don't allow other people to discourage you. If you are around people that are not encouraging you to keep focusing and being in your business, then you need to get around a different set of people. Find somebody who's going to encourage you. Be around people that's going to help you grow your business. And sometimes we got to let some relationships go, because we don't need that. When we're focusing, we need as much peace as possible, because this real estate business can definitely tear us and take us to a whole nother level sometime. Well, some people be like, I want to drink. All right. I need to drink. I don't even drink, but I'm about to drink tonight, right? So you don't need the outside families, friends pulling on you, tugging on you, giving you crazy stuff, right? You got to make sure that you have that peace, the peace around you. And when you have people to encourage you, it will help you to grow your business. I'm telling you, it helps out a lot. When people are pushing you, hey, you got this, you can do it, and you will make mistakes. So don't let the first mistake make you say, okay, I'm getting out of this business. You're going to make mistakes until you know completely what you're doing. All right. So the next one is, don't be afraid of asking for business. I think we kind of touched on that a little bit, but just don't be afraid to ask people for business. You will get rejected. People will not say, just because it's you, I'm going to do business with you. And you will find out really quickly that your cousins, your uncles, aunties, and people, they don't always want you in their business. So they're not going to always utilize you. So get that out of your mind, that everybody's going to come to you just because you have your real estate license. Go ahead on and let that sink in, because we've all been there before, and we've all felt some type of way when somebody didn't use us and they called us on the phone and say, hey, what does this mean? My agent didn't do this. Your agent? What? I'm not your agent. So make sure, but be ready for rejection, y'all. And it's okay. So look at it like this. When you're working with people and they say not right now, that's just what it is, not right now. You go and still reach back out to them later. A no is not a final thing. That's like, okay, well, you know what? It's cool. We're not ready right now, but I'm going to come back to you. You just keep on going. You keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. When people come into the business and they start planting their seeds, right? You know, like when you're a farmer and you're out there planting seeds. When you plant seeds, it don't automatically grow overnight. Your seed, you don't plant seeds today and say, oh, my seeds, my flowers, then, oh, they big tomorrow, right? Unless we had them magical beanstalk, them Jack and the Beanstalk bees. But they're not going to grow overnight. And so you got to think about that when you're in your business. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen if you plant those seeds. You plant those seeds, you water those seeds, and they start to grow. Circle of life, right? Everything we do, it goes into a circle, but you have to make sure that you're doing the necessary steps in order to get there. So when you start to plant your seeds, that's where that system's going to come in place. That's where that following up is going to come in place. Not being a secret agent, that's where that's going to come in place. And not asking people for business. You got to go out and ask for business. That's where that's going to come in place. And then I want you guys to consider getting a mentor. Do not feel like okay, you know what, let's go here real quick. A lot of times we're so concerned about our commission, what our commission is going to be. But when we don't know the business, guys, you need to get help. You need to make sure that you're with somebody that's going to help you, train you, and you can take those necessary steps. You can be at a company that's going to give you 100%. And say they give you 100%, and then you go with that company and they don't give you any training. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to write contracts. You don't know how to do. Then what's the purpose of that? You need to be with somebody that's going to mentor you and properly mentor you so that you're educated on what you're doing. The worst thing you can do is go out there and lose somebody's earnest money. And they didn't put down $10,000 and you don't know what you're doing when you're writing a contract up. That's the worst thing ever, right? You got to know what the contract says. If you don't know, you can go out there and get a whole today, but if you don't know how to write a contract, how good is that business going to do for you? That's why you got to take the necessary steps. Take the steps, find out what you need to do, find out the systems, make sure you have your systems in place, and then go from there. If you have a mentor, when you're doing mentorship or mentor programs, a lot of times they will take a percentage of your commission. But that's okay, because if it's only a couple of percentages, maybe 2, maybe 3, I'm not sure what company you guys are with, but they may take a portion of your commission, and that's okay, because you want to learn. You're not thinking short term, you're thinking long term. What am I going to be able to accomplish by having a mentor? And long term, what is this going to do for my business? Long term is, okay, I might give them 40% or whatever it is, whatever company you're with, whatever the percentage is for 3 transactions. But then after that, I know how to write contracts. I know what I'm doing when I'm going out there. I know how to use my super lockbox, right? I know how to maneuver through Georgia MLS, FMLS to find properties. I know what lenders that I need to talk to or how to work with lenders. I know how to build my team. I know that I need a home inspector. I know that I need, it's just different things that you don't know when you're coming in the business. But having somebody to guide you is very important. So don't feel like when you're coming in, you know this, you know that, or you feel like you don't need to ask. You need to be open to asking questions, because you don't want to go out there and fail, and you don't want to fail somebody else because of your lack of knowledge. So it's very important that we understand those things.
Dion, another comment in the chat was mentors are great for limiting liabilities.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And when you do find your mentor, you interview them too.
That's right.
It's very important that you got to understand, you don't have to accept anybody. You have to make sure that the person that's mentoring you, is going to actually help you. I've had this to happen several times where people would say, oh, I had a mentor before and they didn't show me anything. They would never answer the phone when I call. They wouldn't help me do this. Then that's not a good mentor. No. You need to make sure that you go with somebody that's going to be there to help you. Now, that doesn't mean that person is going to answer the phone. You calling them all day, every day. That's not what that means. But it does mean that they're there to be there to help guide you through the process. And you set times and you do training and you learn your business. You can't go out there and start doing a business that you don't understand. You need to learn what it is to be a real estate agent. You need to learn all the details behind being a real estate agent so that you won't go out there and make some of these mistakes that some agents make. And then, of course, like they said, you're liable. Somebody may come and sue you for something, and that's a possibility, right? So you got to understand that it's very important you understand and know what a real estate agent is, how important it is to stay educated, and then all the rest of the stuff can go, because we got a whole bunch of stuff that we can talk about. But I wanted to start here because when we talk about other things like lead generating and how to go out there and go and get businesses to, you know, having open houses and go out there and do home buyer seminars, all that stuff is fine and well. And yes, I can definitely go into that. And I plan on going to that the next couple of weeks, because we're doing this for 3 weeks. So I plan on going to other things, but I think it's very important that we start here, because you need to have some type of a strategy. What am I about to do with this business? How am I going to get where I need to be? And I will tell you, when I first started in the business, I didn't know anything. I literally left my job. I went into the office. I had no business whatsoever. I went into the office. As soon as I dropped my kids off, my kids was young at the time, I dropped them off. I went into the office until it was time for me to pick them up from school. And I did that every single day. I talked to the agents that were experienced agents in there. I asked questions. I signed up with all the referral programs that they had available. And I signed up for all the classes that they had. I went into class and I learned it. I learned what I was doing. It was time for me to write my first contract. And I had to go on my buyer's brokerage agreement. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't sure. You know, I was reading everything verbatim. I'm like, oh, this. And that was my first time reading it when I was doing it. And I was like, oh my God, I was sweating bullets. So had somebody told me before time, like, you need to know this stuff. How you gonna have somebody sign something and you don't even know what it's saying? That's crazy. You get somebody to sign something, okay, go ahead on and write this contract up, and this part says this, but you don't know what the rest of the contract say. How do you know? How are you truly representing them? You need to understand what these contracts says. You need to take these contracts seriously. So I don't want to be like the the Debbie Downer in the business, but I want you guys to be successful. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I think working with new agents, and I think that's just my thing. I love working with new agents, but I just think that a lot of people fail because they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. So that's why it's so important that we talk about these things. So what we did when we started, we had a problem. The problem was, why do a lot of real estate agents fail in the business? And then we talked about solutions. How are we going to avoid these problems? So we got 2 things that we talked about today. And I want you to think about each one of them. The problem, you came on the call because you had a problem. I gave you some starting tips for a solution to avoid some of these problems, or to get out of the problems that you may be having. Okay. All right. So we pretty much almost did really good. Huh? Yeah. Okay. So I got a few minutes. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead on and drop it in the chat, and we'll answer any questions you guys may have. It is 7:52. We're going to stop at 8 o'clock. I believe we do what we do within our hour. Don't forget to join us next week. Next week, we will be doing it again, the same time, and we're going to go over some different things now. So this is just the start of where you need to start. And next week, if you found some value in this information, next week, we're going to give you some more information. I want you guys to go ahead. So
I don't have any questions in the chat yet, but I have a question.
Yes.
Why is it important to surround yourself around a tribe that will support your business in a way that's giving? Why is that important? Is your tribe in real estate important at all?
Absolutely. And so here, I got a couple of reasons why it's important. So one, you need people that's going to encourage you. And like I said, everybody in your family is not going to always encourage you. Your friends are not going to always encourage you. You need people that's going to actually encourage you in this business. Number 2, you want to make sure you don't know everything. We none of us know everything. So we got to be around people that's going to help us to continue to grow. We always, in this business, you always have to learn. You always have to keep learning from other people. Everything's changing on a regular basis. So as things change, you got to change. You got to change with it. And having that support system is important. When you go out of town and you get ready to leave and you need somebody to show a house for you or something, you got somebody who can help you. When you don't understand something, you came up for the very first time, and just say you're working with an investor. Oh, I don't know anything about investors. You got somebody that help you. Oh, you got somebody who can help you work with land. Having yourself surrounded by people that you can do all things in real estate is very, very important. You do not want to be out there alone by yourself trying to swim in this ocean, right? And all these waves knocking you down and you don't know where to go. So you got to have that support system. You got to constantly be training yourself. You got to constantly be around people that's going to help you. When you see other people winning, it automatically makes you want to win. That's an automatic thing. And every time I see my agents win, I tell them, like, I feel something special because of them. You know, I feel like I'm doing my job as a mentor and a coach. When they do good, then I want to do good. I want to do better. I want to help as many people as I can to do better. And that's how it feels to have a great team and a tribe behind you. When you see them winning, you automatically want to win. Oh, they doing it. And they tell their story and you know, like, dang, they came from here and they got to right there. How did they do that? You automatically like, I can do it. But see, that's the thing. A lot of times we don't feel like we can do it, but we can. Nobody's better than the other person. We all, it's what they're going to put into it, what that person is willing to do. That's the difference. Some people are willing to give it their all. Some people are willing to give a minimum amount. But when you give a minimum, you get what? Same thing. So you got to think about that. So yes, that was a very good question, Terry. You know, we definitely want to make sure that you're surrounded by the right people. Now, if you guys don't have any questions, what I want to know is, did you learn anything? I want you guys to drop in the chat. I always end my classes with, did you learn anything? I need to know if you got anything from this. Put some hearts in the chat. Do something. I need to know what you guys got from this. Did you learn any strategies that you can start moving in the right direction? And last but not least, while you dropping that in there, I want you guys to make sure that if you haven't signed up for my last class, that you do so. And I want you to follow me on social media so that you can find out when my next classes are coming. I got another class with you guys for the next 2 weeks. If you are going to come back, I hope you do. The next 2 weeks, we're going to be dropping in on some more good content. And then I got a digital marketing course that's coming up in the next week or so. We're going to be talking about how to lead generate. So it's so many things that we have coming to the plate that I'm gonna be dropping. So I want you guys to follow me on social media. So on Facebook, I'm under Dion's Real Estate Journey. Make sure you screenshot this because I want you guys to follow it where you can see when these next courses are coming up. On Instagram, it's One Real Estate Queen. And on YouTube is Dion Sanford. All right, and I'm gonna stop sharing my screen right now. All right, so any questions? Does anybody have any questions? I can see y'all now. Hey, I didn't see y'all before.
and you know, Dion, so maybe some of the new agents feel wherever they're at right now, they're all alone and they're swimming along all alone. Well, that's why this class is important, because now you have a tribe. Right? So you want to come back here next Sunday with your tribe and be ready with questions. Implement some of the things that Dion shared with you tonight, setting your goals, time blocking, writing down your why. These things are so important. But when we start in real estate, all we think about is, I want to sell a house. I want to sell a house. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, these principles are the foundation of your multi-million-dollar operation. So build your foundation solid, and then you can build up. So I am looking forward, Dion, to next Sunday night and hearing some of the results from what you implemented. And I just can't wait to see what's going to happen, because this was great, Dion. I appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to be a part.
Yes, and if you guys are coming next week, remember what I told you guys to do. When we come back next week, I want to make sure you have your business plan planned out. When we come back next week, have that done and have some strategies for me. Because what we're going to do next week is we're going to take that to the next level. So now that you have a business plan and you have some strategies, I'm going to help you implement some of the strategies that you have. So we're going to help implement some of those things. So just be ready, because if you don't have your business plan together, your goals set, then you're going to kind of be lost a little bit. I need you to know where you want to go in this business. What's the plan for the business? Are you really truly committed to your business? I want you to think about those things for the next week. I want commitment. You got to be committed to this business. You can't come in half doing things, y'all. It's just not a business. You can do that. It's very important that you are committed to yourself. And then when you're committed to yourself, then your business is going to go where it needs to go. So it is right at about, let's see, 7:59. What kind of questions we got in there, Terry?
Is there a business plan template that you suggest we follow? And mostly everybody is saying they'll be here next week and they're pretty excited, but that's the only question that I see in the chat.
You can just Google one, because just Google one for real estate agents. There's a lot of them out there that you can do. Just Google real estate business plan. And as a matter of fact, I may have a good, I may have a surprise for y'all next week. So just do that. Just do that. I may have something we can work on next week. So y'all, but I thank you guys so much. It is 8 o'clock. I want to make sure that we value everybody's time. And thank you so much, Terry, for being on the call and facilitating for me. If y'all don't know, Terry is a true queen. Okay. She is so knowledgeable and so helpful. And, I had somebody else who was supposed to do this for me today. Terry jumped right in like, I got you. And that's what we were saying about that tribe thing. When you can reach out to people and they got you, you need people to have you. And that's just what it is. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm going to go ahead on and stop. I think I was recording, was I? Or did I not?
You were recording. Yes, you were.
All right.